morning, yogis. Are you ready to take a relaxing yoga flow to get you ready for the day ahead, to peel away any stress, so you are ready to start your day fresh, to get the body moving after a night time of sleep and stillness? If you are, you can put down your morning coffee, come and grab a few little props and come onto your mat, and let's prepare to start our day in the very best way we can. So if you do have a bolster, that would be ideal. For one of the postures we're going to take today is a variation of our halasana, because today's practice will be very much bound to the earth. So if you do have a yogic bolster, these would be great. We are working on getting some more in stock so we can supply them for people for their home practice. If not, a couple of stacked up blankets, you can roll them into a little kind of sausage shape. You'll need a few more than this, but you can roll them up and create almost a bolster shape with a few nice firm blankets or some pillows. But if you can have that kind of almost circular shape, that'll be ideal for the tilting of your legs in our variation of our lovely little inversion, and can be really nice to flip perspective and just get the circulation flowing the other way after a nighttime of laying horizontal, to just get a little bit vertical. We'll spend most of the day vertical down this way, so going vertical the other way is a really nice way to get the body moving with its circulation and its lymphatic drainage. But before we do all of that, let's pop something underneath the seat, come into a quiet moment of reflection, and get the breath really nice and level. Swap the legs over here. Take a few shoulder rolls up and back, and a few little shakes of your neck. Always like a little bit of just free movement as I begin, just to put all the body parts back into place, free up the neck. We're so often really tight around the neck, particularly if we haven't slept quite right. There can be a little bit of tension. So get that out of the way. Beautiful. And as you inhale, find your chest lifting, reach down, engage the glutes, shoulders fall into the back, the elbows initiate the pull down of the shoulders from the ears. Close your eyes and take a big breath out. Beautiful. We'll move through a little meditation with our hands just to get the breath flowing. So as we inhale, we're going to bring the hands forward, and as we exhale, open out like we're expanding the chest into the new day. Inhale, hands come all the way up nice and high. We're going to interlace the fingers, flip the palms, grow tall through the spine, and find all the space available between each of the vertebrae. As we exhale, we're going to round, scoot back, find that cat shape and curl the spine. Feels lovely just to get the spine moving in some different directions. As we inhale, we'll draw forward again, bring the arms all the way back. Think of squeezing the shoulder blades together on the back. Maybe bring a little bend into the elbows. Inhale, hands come up nice and tall. As you find the lacing of the fingers, press the sky away, grow space into your side waist. Maybe take a little shuffle side to side, and then lengthen each of the vertebrae and the backbone. Exhale, round and curl. We'll add a little bit more on this way, just a little bit of a twist. Right hand comes behind, left hand towards right knee. We're going to keep flowing though, chin comes over, and then inhale, wrap it around and go the other side. Right hand, left knee, left hand behind, let the gaze cast back over left shoulder, and then twist and turn, come back to center. All right, let the hands come out, open up the heart. Beautiful, and then grow the hands up nice and tall. Lace into the fingers and press the sky away. Move over towards the right or the left, the other right. Come up to center, go the other way, side to side. Lift up, let's round and curl, separate. all of the bones in the back as you draw the breath out of the belly. We'll turn it into a twist as you inhale, elongate the spine, right hand behind, left hand, right knee. Turn and twist, neck is the last thing to move. Inhale, swivel around, go to the other side, left hand, right knee, nope, right hand, left knee, right shoulder drops, gaze over left shoulder, come all the way back to center, and last time. Inhale, hands up, bring the heart forward, let the chin lift, open up the throat, reach and grow tall as the hands find the ceiling, lace them up and press it away. Little bend over towards the left or the right. Pick a direction and ground down through the opposite sit bone. Inhale all the way up and move to the other side. Create spaciousness in the waist. Return to center, hollow out the belly, curl, chin in, pelvis and chin coming towards the navel. Beautiful. Keep flowing the breath into a twist. Right hand behind, left hand, right knee. Turn. Inhale, the breath begins that turning and rotation to the second direction. Gaze over left shoulder, wring out that spine. Come all the way back. Ha. And now we're ready to come down to the floor. So we're going to move the blanket out of the way, but keep it nearby. You might even want it to ground through the shoulders. I'll give you some different options here. We're going to slowly roll all the way down to the floor. I might just turn it around. You can see my legs a little bit better. Roll, roll, roll all the way down to the floor and draw the knees into the chest and just take a little rock through the back. Just loosen up, particularly across that sacroiliac part of the spine. So stir in. Beautiful, and then go the other way. Just get everything to loosen and free up. All right, right knee comes into the chest, lace a hold of the right shin with the fingers, left leg comes down, spend a little moment and balance up across your hip points, and then let your left leg come all the way down to the floor. Roll the shoulders like you're turning the wheels of a train, and then as you draw the elbows into the side waist, notice how it pulls the shoulders from the ears. Let your chin just gently tuck in, balance across your body, and try and pull your right knee towards your right shoulder to release out that deep hip flexor. Calm, rhythmic breaths here. Feels nice, right? 2 more breaths. And then we'll drop the left hand down and just stir with the right knee, like you're stirring a cup of tea. Stir it around. And then go the other way, nice and slow. Beautiful. We're going to take a half happy baby's pose here. So the knee comes into the chest. You might need to rebend that left knee to help you stay balanced across the hips. Maybe do it just to see how you feel first. Hands going to come to the outside of the shin. You're going to flex into that right foot and then bend the knee. So left shin, right shin. Right shoulder down to the floor. And then left leg comes all the way out if that's available to you. Like you're trying to touch your right knee to the earth, but still keep the hips really open without rocking off the left hip. So if your left glute has left the earth, you've come too far to the side, bring yourself back to center. Now there's another option for this one, but it's not going to be for everybody. The left arm can come around and behind to get a little stretch into the tricep, like an Ardha Gomukhasana. Well, this is my favorite one. Right hand comes in and then the fingers come to lace and we go into it like this. But that might not be a thing that your body wants to do. So you can find a variation for you. You might still have that left foot on the floor. Keep reaching down for 3 and 2 and 1. Then loosen it up. Draw the knee back into the chest, give it a squeeze, but keep the right foot flexed just as you take a few circles through the ankle. And then go the other way. A few slow circles through the ankle. Little hamstring stretch. So slide the hands into the back of the thigh, take the right leg all the way up, and you're going to find where works for you. Maybe your hands are going to rise onto your shin. Beautiful. And just the hands on the calf and the heaviness of the arms is going to ground you to the earth. And then hop that left foot in, flex your right foot, place it onto your left thigh, press the right knee away. Beautiful. Create that space and that length in the right hip. And that might be enough, or you can draw the knee into the chest, bring the fingers to lace on the shin and push the right knee further away. For 3, 2, and 1. And then we'll take a little side to side rock here and just massage that out. So side to side rock. Beautiful. And final little twist here. So I will bring the left foot down, open the legs out nice and wide, and just open out across the front body. Bring the chin over towards the left shoulder. For 3. 2. And 1. Come all the way back to center. Legs come in, just rebalance across those hips. I'm just going to flip it around as we come into the other side for our deep stretch. So all the way down. Reposition your body on the earth. And we'll start with our wind relieving pose. So draw the left knee into the chest, really good for the descending colon here. Initiate that movement with a shoulder roll and then pull the elbows in, and then the right leg comes out if that's available to you. So a few slow deep breaths here, just releasing the deepest of our hip flexors. Beautiful. And then let's give a little massage to that left hip. So right hand can come down and ground the right hip, or it can anchor to the floor. Just to stop you rocking too much. You want to mostly bring that release into the hip as you circle it out. And then we'll go in the opposite direction, nice and slow. So massaging in. Beautiful. We'll take our Ardha Ananda Balasana. So you're going to flex and maybe just rest your hand on your outside of your shin. Maybe right foot comes in just to help balance across the hips. Maybe hand comes to the outside. Drop the knee down towards the floor. Beautiful. that might be it for you. We'll take the right leg out and open up. It's almost like a lizard lunge kind of shape, but we're just doing it inverted. So we're down in a supine position. And that can be an option if you're going for the crazy version. It's my favorite. Right hand comes behind, just let the fingertips reach down and rest them in between the shoulder blades. And then maybe bring that left hand around and get the fingers to bind. This side's being a little bit more resistant. As you drop your head back into that little hammock made of the arm, you'll get a nice release out for the chest. We just want to keep that flexion in the left foot, and then lower yourself back down to the floor, and you'll feel that that's going to give most of your body a really good stretch. You got to be able to breathe and talk and smile though. If you can't smile while you're doing yoga, you've probably taken it a step too deep. For 5, 4, 3, 2, that's going to be 1. All right, release it out. Come back into that little wind relieving pose, just so you can circle out your left ankle. So some slow little rotations as you free it up. And then the other way. Beautiful. And then we'll bring it into a hamstring stretch. So we'll take the left leg all the way up. And let the hands slide right up to the calf. And then the weight of the arms is going to open up the angle of the hips. If you're shaking, it's working. So it's just telling me there's some tension in the hamstring this morning, and it might need a little bit of an extra stretch, a little bit of extra love. Keep the breath just calming the nervous system, and everything will soon soften. It just needs a little bit of time, like most of us do. And then we can pop that right knee in. Keep the flexion in the left foot as you place it on top. Press that left knee away into a reclined pigeon. Balance across your hips here. Beautiful. And then you might want to gather the knees into the chest. Just bring the fingers through to lace onto the back of the thigh, onto the shin. So a couple of different options. Push your left knee away. Breath in. And sneeze. Breath out. That's how you know it's live. And then a little rock side to side here. Little rock side to side. And just getting everything free and loose. And that's it. Letting a little play across the lips. And then we'll come all the way into a twist. Just roll over to the side, open those arms out, and create a little bit of a back bend there. And that can be enjoyable too. And we'll take 5, 4, open the knee to the side, 3, 2, and 1. And then we'll bring it back to center into a Gomukhasana. So keep the feet where they are. Just lift your right knee back towards your chest and then slide your knees together so they're crossed. Use your hands on your patella, on the kneecap, to squeeze the knees as close as they can go, and then let the hands slide down the shins towards the ankles. Now your upper body needs to stay where it is. Maybe you want to grab a hold of the pillow if you can't keep your hands on your legs and your upper body on the floor, just so you're not creating strain in other parts of your body. You're not here to strain the body. You're going to draw the knees in towards the chest as you open the feet wide to the side and balance your hips. So this is a deep release. Can you close the eyes and be soft here? Just broaden out the palate. Maybe just press the tip of the tongue into the roof of the mouth to keep the palate broad. Eyes are soft and closed. Breath is slow and deep. And each breath, just let yourself arrive a little bit more moment to moment awareness. In and out. In and out. One more, in and out. Beautiful. I'm simply going to come to the other side. So just take the legs. You might want to take a little bicycle in the air and just get a bit of blood moving through those knees. And then right leg on top of the left, like you're sitting cross-legged, nice, pretty ladylike posture. Bring the hands just to keep the closeness of the knees. Keep your hips balanced here. Slide your hands down the slippery dip of your shins towards your ankles, and then pull your ankles for opposite corners of the room while you keep the balance of your shoulder blades splayed across the mat. Again, you don't have to have the blanket here. That's just if you need the extra support. Close down your eyes. We're here for about 12 breaths, which feels like a really long time, but this is one of those universal re-equalizers. Most of us have tension around those outer hips, so it's a really nourishing practice no matter who you are, and it feels good to have the whole of the spine supported by the earth. So there's benefits for everybody, no matter what your level or the frequency of your practice is. Everybody will get something good from this. Beautiful. Breath by breath. By breath. Three, two, one. Release the legs and take them for a little cycle, and hopefully you feel some shift and some change. And then we're going to set up for the final pose. This is where we're going to need those rolled up blankets or the bolster. We're coming into a variation of halasana, or a plow pose. We're going to take a more yin-like supported variation. So we're going to use the bolster to keep the hips up in the air. Don't do this though if you've got any issues with your cervical spine. So if you've got some neck issues, you might just want to take an extra long shavasana here and get to listen to people talking while you don't have to do anything. That's always nice. But if you're coming along for the ride, we're going to lift up the hips and just scooch the bolster underneath like we're coming into a supported bridge. It's another option for anybody that might have issues with their spine. You want to make sure you've got a nice balance and play. I'm just going to move a little bit because I'm on the hard wooden floor. Whoa. That's all right. I'm going to be lying down in a moment, and I'm going to be at an interesting angle. So you're right here. Beautiful. And then, like you're coming into a supported shoulder stand with the legs up, touching the tips of the knees. You might want to hold on to the bolster if you need it for steadiness. I'm just repositioning around the microphone. You shouldn't have to do that. And then holding on to the bolster, what we're going to do is scooch that bolster to support the hips being in this position. Now I'm not having to work hard. The bolster is supporting my back the whole time here. And if I'm holding on to my bolster, I can snuggle those shoulder blades in and I feel entirely supported. Take a little tuck of the chin to keep the neck in a stable position. And just let go now, so you don't have to hold your legs up. Gravity is going to slowly drop the feet to the face. The aim is, if you can rock all the way into Halasana and get your toes to the floor, that's great, but that's not necessarily what we want here. This is about a relaxation. So you want to be able to close your eyes and let your body turn into jelly and just relax. And you'll feel that this is going to give a nice little stretch to those muscles either side of the spine and the hamstrings. And slowly over time there's a folding. So it's like a forward fold, but the great thing is your back is supported. So if you're somebody that tends to have a jamming because of tightness in the hamstrings or because of a tightness in your hip capsules, this pose is going to make sure that the back isn't, you're not stealing from trunk flexion and stressing the psoas and the iliacus, which is what a lot of us do. Iliacus, sorry, that's how I should pronounce that, not iliacus. Iliacus. And just enjoy breathing and being held in this shape. And because this is the yin posture and you're not having to do the work, don't turn the neck around. I'm just doing that because I'm looking at the camera. I'm going to keep looking up like a good girl now. You can allow this stretch to be there for an extended period of time. It can be difficult to maintain Halasana, but you're not having to use the core to keep the back safe. You've got the support of the prop here. You've got the support of the earth. It's not going to take you quite as deep, but that's the magic of yin poses, when we let go of the resistance. And so much of what's holding us back is often a combination of neurological and muscular resistance. The mind is afraid to go there lest we injure, and so the muscles become rigid and fight the intention of the stretch. It's why in postures like yin yoga, a number of other reasons having to do with your connective tissues and fibroblasts and the extracellular matrix, that kind of soup or goo I've heard it described as, kind of goo in our meat sacks. All of those different factors play a part too, but we know that a lot of stretching is neurological. So the mind is just relaxed and free here. You can stay here for as long as your body requires the nourishment of this pose. If you're becoming lightheaded though, it's probably time to come out. So when you're ready to come out, we're going to slowly lower the legs and just think that all that blood's been pouring into your head, so don't move too quickly. You might feel that there's a little moment where the body has to come back to its regular equilibrium. You can just slide the bolster underneath the knees, open out the span of the hips, snuggle your shoulder blades in so your chest is open and the heart has lots of room to breathe. Flip your palms up, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more like that. Deep breath in and a deep, delicious exhale out. Let the eyes close. Shavasana, which is where we're going to rest. And I invite you to enjoy taking this posture for as long as you possibly can. There is no hurry or rush. If you have the opportunity, sink deep. This is a very important posture, just to help the mind let go. And when the mind surrenders, you'll be surprised how much of the body's holding will simply dissipate by itself. Thank you for sharing your practice this morning, yogis. This is a beautiful one to revisit at night time too. It's very gentle, very slow. And until we see you again, we might see you in one of our premium classes soon. We've got a yin class with Linda tomorrow. Or for one of our flow classes, I bow to you and sign off for now. Namaste.